And my strong rockets. These are missiles, yeah. These are fucking missiles. I'm 100%. This is, yeah? We're going in here 100%. I'm going into this fight 100% Conor McGregor. Not 92. 100% Conor McGregor. So it has to be really meticulous. We were right there with the last one. As a unit, we do it, right?
And he wanted on the White House. Now, for Conor McGregor to be on the White House, Conor McGregor wants $100 million and he wants 100 golden visas. So Conor's essentially saying, you need me on the White House and you're going to pay to get me on the White House. To do something that 745 people would do for free. He's essentially asking for $200 million. Conor on that stuff, man.
All right, so listen up. We're heading to the White House for a fight that's never happened there before. Conor's looking absolutely solid right now, way better than he has in ages. This time around, he's coming in as the complete package. No holding back, no half measures. This is going to be 100% vintage McGregor stepping into that octagon, not some watered down version we've seen lately. Everything has to be absolutely perfect for this moment.
Right there with the last one. As a unit, we do it. Let's go, let's go.
Man, what a destructive force this guy can be. He's like a human wrecking ball when he's locked in, and right now he's completely focused on causing maximum damage. This fighter has been putting opponents to sleep left and right. The way he talks about his training regimen, planning this comeback, and treating this whole thing like a career-defining moment rather than just another scrap shows you how serious his preparation has been. This opportunity is definitely still happening, so let's break down exactly what we're looking at here.
Look, this is Conor. Brother, Conor is too old, bro. He's finished. Salam alaikum.
Now there's been chatter about Conor McGregor potentially facing Jorge Masvidal, but Dana White isn't buying into any of that noise. Dana made it crystal clear that he has absolutely no clue about these MMA rumors floating around, and he doesn't take social media speculation seriously at all. Despite all the online chatter, people keep talking about this being the next massive event for the White House situation. The way the UFC president responded tells you that not every popular conversation actually reflects what's really going down behind the scenes, while fans keep debating what the perfect matchup would look like.
I'm sure you've heard the new talk is that Conor McGregor, Jorge Masvidal could be a potential.
Oh, no,
What's your thoughts? Oh, you haven't heard this?
No.
This is the biggest thing on social media now. Everyone's talking, yeah, that Chandler's out and Masvidal's in, and it's Conor and Masvidal.
You know what's funny? So in my algorithm on Instagram, I have nothing MMA.
Right?
Literally nothing MMA pops up.
Oh,
in
mine's
my
politics.
algorithm.
That's my.
Yeah, mine's definitely. There's some politics, but yeah, I don't listen to any of the goofy.
No.
That goes no.
Is that considered goofy?
That's goofy shit. Yeah, the MMA world. I don't listen to any of that. So literally none of that is on my.
The UFC has been working hand in hand with the White House team for months now to coordinate every single detail of this historic event. Dana explained, calling the White House location an absolutely unprecedented situation. According to his team, they've created incredibly detailed visual plans of the entire venue, taking into account absolutely everything from the way the property is designed to how lighting conditions will affect the seating arrangements and overall vibe. For Dana, this level of preparation is what makes it all possible.
So yesterday, my team, they put together, we come up with a whole plan for production, how it's going to work. My head of production, Craig Borsari, has been working with the White House, for a couple months now. And they build this video rendering of like every tree that's on the property and all this stuff. It's exactly the way it is. We can literally, the sun, how the sun will hit the seats at certain times, what it'll look like when it's dark.
Crazy.
This is going to be so badass.
Yeah.
It is. And it's a one of one in our lifetime to be able to do.
Hold up right there, and Michael Bisping jumps in, highlighting the tension while pointing out that his public presence has become a hot conversation starter. He pointed out how Masvidal shows up at events and moves within Trump's circle, making him an obvious choice for any role tied to the White House. The way Bisping sees it, a fight between McGregor and Masvidal would deliver both excitement and major headlines that everyone would be talking about.
When you look at Jorge Masvidal and the career that he's had,
And then you remember, Jorge Masvidal has been a massive supporter of Donald Trump.
Plus, he's been showing up at Donald Trump campaign events too. So definitely
Graces of the Trump family, right? And they're the kind of people that they're going to want at the White House. Conor McGregor versus Jorge Masvidal. That'll be a sensational matchup. Michael Chandler, of course, losing to Paddy Pimblett the way that he did. And then, of course, when you look at the majority of fights that he's lost, okay, it doesn't really put him in too good of a standing.
Here's the thing though, if McGregor puts in serious work at the gym, there's no reason he can't get back to that championship level that made him a global phenomenon. Think back to that incredible performance when he destroyed Eddie Alvarez for the title. Remember that lightning fast knockout of Jose Aldo, along with that swagger, those cutting comments, and that unshakable confidence that turned him into the biggest name this sport has ever produced. Sure, some time has passed and things got complicated, but that raw ability doesn't just disappear with the right focus and commitment.
Abandon all the yes men. If you get rid of all the distractions and you get in the gym, it's not unthinkable to think that Conor McGregor could get just somewhere.
Just think about the last 20 years in UFC history. 16, that
Eddie Alvarez, the one-punch knockout over Jose Aldo, right? The rise through the UFC. It was like nothing the sport had ever seen before. And then, of course, combined with the brashness and the trash talk and all the rest of it, and the swagger and the confidence that he had, and the humor and the one-liners, you put it all together, the man became the biggest star that the sport's ever seen. 4 years away, I think it is, or 5 years, whatever it is, it's been a long time, and he broke his leg, but he's back training, he's back in the gym, and I tell you what, right, me and McGregor, we've gone head to head, we've talked a bit of shit over the years, but you can't deny the talent the man had, and if he locks in and he's disciplined, you can get almost back to that.
Meanwhile, Masvidal keeps the rumors alive when people bring up a potential clash with Conor McGregor, even though Dana White has been downplaying this potential matchup before Masvidal dropped hints that something massive is brewing. He didn't get into specifics, but made it pretty obvious that major announcements are coming soon and they could completely shake up the entire fighting landscape.
Big as they come, because we've seen on the internet you versus McGregor. Dana White stated that he's no longer interested in McGregor versus Chandler. So then all of a sudden this report comes out, and I'm wondering, does it have legs? Does it have traction? Is it a possibility?
Give them what they want, not what they expect. I could say some big news. I have some fight news coming soon, and it's very big news. And I can't deny or confirm what you just said, you know?
Yeah.
You just gotta let the tips fall where they may, but definitely some big news headed towards
Dismissing McGregor's striking power and positioning himself as someone operating on a completely different level. Masvidal sees through all the hype. He painted this potential fight as strictly a striking contest, claiming that McGregor's famous power shots wouldn't work against someone more experienced and polished in stand-up combat. Masvidal also brushed aside any concerns about the whole setup, pointing to how the UFC uses statistics and data when putting together fights and making it clear that from where he stands, the loudest voices don't always get what they want.
that fight. You're talking about everybody else but me, because he knows I'm snipe his ass quick. That little lucky left shit he does ain't gonna work with me, a premium striker, brother. I'm gonna see that shit a mile away and slap him in the face. You know, so I don't think Chris Brandon ever would have been good. I'm gonna beat the fucking dog shit out of him, straight up stand-up style.
Are you surprised?
None of that grappling. I'm just gonna get in your face, knee your ribs, elbow your fucking face. It's gonna be a fight, man.
Are you surprised, Jorge, that he's moving on, Dana White is, from the Chandler fight? Because it's been like 2.5 years in the making. They were supposed to fight 2 summers ago. Like, are you surprised that he was that dismissive of it in that interview?
I mean, Chandler's a big name in the sport. He's a huge name and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know how close it was to begin with to being on the White House card. If that was all speculation from the start, or at one point the UFC did want that fight. I don't know all these things. You know, it's just I know that they have a very in-depth team that. They have a guy that counts comments when somebody gets a picture. They have another guy that's looking at just the algorithm. They're having an in-depth team of who's gonna make the biggest noise possible. And I'm sure they're running through that team and they're gonna decide, you know. If you ask me, obviously it should be me. Fucking
Then Chael Sonnen leaked some insider information about this rumored White House event, revealing that originally the plan involved McGregor taking on Justin Gaethje. He made it clear this wasn't just educated guessing. McGregor simply has zero interest in cutting down to 155 pounds, and it goes way beyond just the weight cut itself. According to Sonnen, the former champion refuses to make any compromises for that division, making it absolutely clear that any fight at 155 is completely off the table. This isn't just speculation either.
I'm going to share inside information with you, but the plan, right? Everything's a little loose, but the plan, the operating plan was that Conor McGregor at the White House would fight Justin Gaethje. So it was also a belief. One thing Conor does not want to do, and again, this is not speculation. I'm protecting my source, but telling you, giving you some real information here, accurate. One thing Conor does not want to do is go down to 155 pounds. And he doesn't want to do it for a number of reasons, and none of which bigger than just going, why? What for? Like, that's not what this is about. It doesn't matter what this weight class is. Okay. And I'm very confident in telling you that Conor will.
Sonnen explained that right now a McGregor versus Gaethje fight remains possible, but he questioned whether Conor should really jump straight into a title fight at 155. From Sonnen's perspective, McGregor has absolutely no intention of dropping to that weight class, even though the organization keeps floating the idea. He emphasized that fans were promised a specific fight and have shown incredible patience, and when all the options get properly evaluated, things might swing back toward the contest that people actually want to see.
Right here, right now, Gaethje McGregor is still on the table, and I think that should be pulled. I do not believe that Conor should walk into a title fight, but moreover, I will tell you, and Conor will too, he's not going to 155. Now, the promotion does not yet have that through their head. They are still pushing for Conor and 155. This is all extremely accurate information. So I think there's a lot of options for McGregor. I really think that if it's not him versus Chandler, it should be. We really should look at that. We fans were promised a certain fight. We fans have been pretty damn patient. And I don't know that side was considered. And I think that when that side does get considered, that it's going to lean us.
Ali Abdelaziz weighed in on the potential matchup between Justin Gaethje and Conor McGregor at the White House on June 14th for America's 250th birthday celebration. He acknowledged McGregor's past greatness while pointing out that both fighters are at similar stages in their careers. Abdelaziz joked about keeping things respectful for the White House setting, but emphasized that if this fight happens, it would be an absolute war between two elite strikers competing at the peak of their abilities.
Belt. Grudge match, June 14, America's 250th birthday, Justin Gaethje versus Conor McGregor. What about that?
You think it's just so many possibilities, man.
But you understand, America's birthday, bring an Irish drunk guy to the White House, make sure he doesn't have any drugs on him or cocaine, fight Justin Gaethje, fight Conor, been running for all his life, but I think right now Conor's, I think right now he doesn't have options. Or he can do whatever he wants, but I would love to see this fight. And I think, listen, I might not like Conor, but I think Conor was at one point, he was a really, really good fighter. And I cannot take this away from him, but I believe it's level to this. And I believe now Justin Gaethje is on a different level. They're about the same age.
Abdelaziz pointed out that even though Conor McGregor has more championship wins, this fight with Justin Gaethje should have happened way sooner. He called it a legendary clash, describing Gaethje as a terrifying opponent and understanding why McGregor might have hesitated, considering what's on line, but Abdelaziz stressed that if McGregor really wants this fight, then this is the crucial one to accept because it would be an absolutely thrilling battle between two top fighters with everything at stake.
Conor have more championship belts than Gaethje. Honestly, this fight should have happened a long time ago. Be honest with you, but it never happened. But it is what it is. Can you imagine you think, what's a bigger fight than Conor McGregor versus Justin Gaethje?
Dude, that would be an amazing fight. And I know you said a number of times it almost came together.
I don't want to come together because I don't think Conor, he would think Conor, you know, should want to fight with him. He has too much to lose, but having fun. If this is what he wants, that's the fight I'll fight. Me personally, you know.
But honestly, Michael Chandler isn't letting Dana White's comments crush his dreams of fighting Conor McGregor. McGregor makes the most sense to him, but he's ready for whatever opponent comes his way. Chandler is focused on big-name fights, whether it's this presidential event or not, and his determination is locked on making a huge impact against an elite name in this sport. He's confident, motivated, and ready to steal the show whenever that opportunity finally presents itself.
Who's the opponent? Dana says it's not Conor, so we'll see who it is.
Do you have a preference if it's not Conor? Obviously, I know you want to fight Conor, but
I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously that's the fight. That's the fight to me that makes the most sense when it comes to Occam's razor. Like, the most obvious choice should be the choice. The most obvious solution should be the solution. We've already got the build-up. We've already got the backdrop. We've already got the animosity. We've already got the footage. But with that being said, if it's not him, I mean, I think I've kind of gotten into a point too where there's this rejuvenation also where you're like, hey, obviously I've had my sights set on that, and if that's kind of the letdown and that doesn't happen, man, like, I want big fights. I want to get back in there and fight a top guy. I want to get back in there. I don't think my last performance was indicative of my actual skill set and my fire and my passion for the sport, just for some outside circumstances. But man, I don't have a preference, but I want a big fight. You know, so we'll see what happens in March. Max versus Charles. Freaking Armin's out there always talking about people.
That's true.
But I mean, these are not fights that I necessarily deserve, right? We're in this sport where you're like, hey man, you just lost your last fight. You can't go out there and fight number 2 next. But man, I just hold it like this. Whatever comes my way, comes my way. But hopefully Conor at the White House.
Yeah.
Just don't bother asking Dana about it. Yeah. Seriously, don't ask him. Nobody even brought that up to him. Who really cares what he had to say anyway? Nick isn't convinced about a McGregor versus Chandler fight, calling it something that wouldn't create much buzz in the lightweight division. He thinks fans deserve better than seeing Conor fight just anyone, preferring matchups with real significance and storylines behind them. Plus, he pointed out how this fight would happen at 170, which takes away from its impact on the lightweight picture. In his opinion, the bigger names and more meaningful fights are where the real excitement lives. Those are the battles fans will remember and that actually matter for the weight class. Then there's this confident fighter, Armin Tezhergian, who only wants the main title shot or Conor McGregor. He said straight up he won't step into that cage unless it's for a championship belt, and if McGregor isn't across from him, then it's just not happening. Tezhergian confidently candled himself Conor's worst nightmare, claiming the UFC would never risk finding out just how dangerous he really is. So what do you think? Who is Conor McGregor training this intensely for? Which fighter will step into that octagon with him at the White House? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all the latest fight updates. One thing's for sure, this is going to be absolutely insane.